Welcome to my first video, and come watch me saltwater fishing at the beach today. So the morning started off with me waking up at 5:54 and heading out to the beach. It was about an hour and 10-minute drive. I stopped to get some breakfast. Then I stopped at the bait shop, got the bait, headed to the beach. It was a pretty foggy morning that day. A real bumpy beach to get to the spot. It was like a 45-minute drive to the spot. Sunrise was coming up. And we got to the spot. We were in the middle of the beach, not really close to anyone. And here is the Fisherman Max drone. Real happy with this drone. Has performed very well. I have had minimal issues with it. And here's me assembling the drone. You take down the bottom legs and then the top ones. Then you screw them on tightly. And your antennas, if you wanna, the manual says if you're gonna fly over water to lift up the antennas, and if you're gonna fly, real high, point the antennas down. And I put on the propellers, and here's the drone fully ready. Well, not fully because I forgot the floaties. And here I'm turning on the controller and the drone. Give it about a minute to do its thing, calibrate, connect. And here I'm showing you the drop bait mechanism. Here's my first rod, my first bait on it, my first rig. I have tied on mullet and shrimp. Here's me flying the drone up. I tend to fly it up pretty high so the line won't get hit by the waves and cause more friction on the drone. I fly it out with the bell closed and little to no drag on it. Just because I was by myself. If I would have been with someone else, I would have released the bell. Would have been a lot easier. You can do it like that, but you might just, have a lot of slack in your line. And here's the POV of the drone flying it out. I don't want to make it too long for y'all, so here's me dropping the bait down. And then I press for return to home on the drone, and it's pretty cool. It comes back to you and you don't have to control it. There's me setting down the weight, and here's me recording the drone coming down. It was pretty hard to get recordings in just by myself, but I did my best. And we have my first rod get bit a little bit. We left it there until something took it down. Here's the drone. And my first bite was a little catfish. And I had all my 3 rods out. And here was my second bite of the day. Little bites right there. And once again, another catfish. There we have mullet on. Something out there was breaking my rigs. Steel wire rigs. And something was biting them off. Here's my second species of the day, a whiting. Pretty cool. There you can see I put the floaties on the drone, and we had about a 4th or 5th bite. I had some other catfish, between this time, but I know y'all don't want to see that all day. It was about 11:30. I took a little lunch break, saw this little crab here, was about 12:37, and then we caught this bigger catfish on some mullet. And then we got taken down pretty hard. I rode it in, I didn't have time to record. And we got this little hammerhead shark. It's pretty cool, my first shark. And it had his little teeth. Here we're getting a release on him. It was a bit of a weird release. I didn't want to get too deep with him and have an accident happen with me being by myself. We've reached the end of the video. Let me know if you want to see more content like this.